I kind of feel like Ursula was made out to be a villain, but like she did everything fair and square.
Yeah,
What do you
I
mean?
mean,
Explain that.
Ariel didn't read the contract.
Correct.
So, like, when you are signing up to Facebook and you just hit accept, they should be able to steal your soul or your voice.
Correct.
Hi, I'm Dev, the oldest.
I'm Trey, the middle child.
And I'm Nick, the youngest.
Must like boys.
Like or like?
Oh, he's already interrupting.
Must Like Boys is a podcast by us, the P's. We're three siblings with a last name you'll never spell right and opinions you didn't ask for.
We live in 3 different time zones, have 3 different zodiac signs. But one thing we have in common is we all like boys.
Each episode we bring 3 mystery topics to the table. Pop culture, politics, pride, parenting, psychology, basically anything with a pulse.
Yeah, guys, I'm not going to overthink it.
So here we go.
What's with all the Disney villains back in the day? They were so one-dimensional. Like, they didn't have any sort of motive. They were just, like, evil for the sake of being evil, you know?
Ooh, also there was a really good article from ages ago in The Atlantic about how they gave Disney villains foreign accents and how that's like detrimental and basically like contributing to racism in a way, right? Because it's like you hear a foreign accent and you're associating it with the villain. Like that's
Okay,
actually
hold on really quickly. What's the best Disney villain?
wait, best looking or personality?
No,
mean-
like most scariest, most
Is there
evil.
is there a cutoff? Are we saying modern or
I think
old
it's
school?
it's anything. I already know Devin's answer.
What? I don't think you do.
I think it's gonna be Maleficent.
Yes. Well, she just has the best cheekbones.
I mean, yeah, she's iconic.
But I don't think she's the legit scariest.
I think the one in Mulan, Shan Yu, is. I think it's Shan Yu. He has yellow eyes and he beheads
He
children.
is scary.
Oh God.
So, yeah.
I think Jafar is the scariest to me because he would have taken Jasmine and sold her as a sex slave. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Ursula's got to be the best one. Like, she is a drag queen through and through.
And I think Trey has a point. She didn't really do anything below deck. Read the fine print, sweetie.
All right.
Trey, I think you got to go first.
Okay. Mine is about full moon cycles. And Dev, that journal that you got me maybe 2 years ago, I try to write in it a handful of times a week. And in every prompt is the same every day. And it's, I am blank. I am manifesting blank. And I am grateful for blank. And then there's like check boxes below that's like visualize your dream for 2 to 4 minutes. And then the next one is what's the moon cycle. And so sometimes I will look on Google to see what the moon cycle is. But it kind of like what, Nick?
It's just such a... Sometimes just log on to Google to check the moon cycle.
Okay, but here's
such
the
like
thing.
a...
What's crazy is that like
woo-woo thing to say.
I sometimes will kind of go through these like depressive cycles, and then sometimes like I suddenly feel like very different, very drastically. And when I go back and look, like it eerily adds up to my shift in mood is when it's a full moon. And so that got me like really thinking on like, okay, yes, it's woo-woo, yes, it's astrology, but like I wanted to talk a little bit more about that. So in astrology, a full moon each month is a powerful and emotionally charged time. It often brings clarity, endings, and often revelations. It's usually a time when things come to a head emotionally or situationally. Things that are hidden may surface because of the moon, which controls your emotions in astrology. So the last kind of epiphany and like mood shift that I had was July 10th, which was the last full moon that was in July. And to get a little bit more woo-woo, So the full moon transitioning into Capricorn affects everyone, not necessarily if your moon sign is in Capricorn. General effects that are happening right now: focus in work and in structure. So it's great for getting organized, making long-term plans, or dealing with responsibilities. It's also good for emotionally cool or detached. So people tend to be a little bit more serious, logical, or even a bit stoic during this time. So I guess kind of like question you guys, kind of, have you felt something different in the past like 2 weeks? Does that kind of like ring any truth to you?
Yes, when you said that, I was like, huh, that's weird. Like, I've spent the last 2 weeks or so working on my portfolio website, trying to get all of the things I'm always like, oh, I'll do that eventually. I kind of slowed down and was like, this is going to take a while and it's going to take a lot of effort, but I'm going to do it. And yeah, that slow growth, it's like I haven't seen any benefit from it, but I know that it's important.
Oh, exactly.
I wish I paid that much attention to be able to answer this question. I have no idea. Other than like this whole time you were talking, I was thinking there's a period joke in here somewhere. I just can't find it. Like, you gotta like your moods change with the moon. Like I wonder what that's about. Like literally every woman listening to this will be like, and like
Yeah.
welcome to my life.
In Game of Thrones, I would call the potion you take to basically have, it was like Plan B, but they called it moon tea because it helped you have your moon cycle. Which,
Bring that back. Yeah, for me,
so
I
say your sign.
started.
Trey, Aries.
Well, I'm an Aries, obviously. Although I'm not that fiery. I'm a Gemini rising and a Pisces. What's the other one?
Oh Jesus, this again. I can't remember more
is
than
it the
one
house?
sign.
I don't know.
No, it's your moon and then your rising, right?
You gotta have our cousin Erin on one of these in a future episode, and she can explain to us the facts of. I use that in air quotes. The facts.
Yeah.
I'm a Taurus.
But anyway, the next full moon is August 9th.
Stop it.
So I think everyone should pay attention.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about something really fun, and it's all about tariffs. So our great president Donald wants to impose a 200%. Huh?
Can we say our?
I mean,
you can say great president.
I mean, I'm a dual citizen. I've got squatters' rights.
Also, I'm setting the timer for this topic.
Okay, Trump wants to set a 200% tariffs on Australian medical exports. He says that he will not do that if the Australian government changes the pharmaceutical benefit scheme. This scheme caps all prices that pharmaceutical companies are allowed to charge in Australia. So Trump said, if you guys change that so that we can charge the Australian people more money for drugs, we'll think about scrapping this 200% tariff. And the government was like, no, that's not for negotiation, which is really great. But I wanted to highlight the differences of prices of drugs between the US and Australia so that we could play a little game, and I'll tell you the price in either Australian or US, and you can...
The price is right.
The price is right, exactly. Okay. Inhaler. We've got $7 in Australia. How much do you think you pay in the US?
I'm going to go with 100.
I'm going to go with 150.
Okay. Yeah, it's about 77 on average. So give or take. So let's go to insulin next. In Australia, it's capped at $30, and with a concession card, it's $7.
What does insulin do?
Insulin is for people with diabetes.
Like this blood sugar.
It's what you inject into you to get your glucose levels.
I'm going to say $333.
It's anywhere from $100 to $300 per vial, but some patients need to spend up to $1,000 a month on it.
Oh my God.
All right, EpiPen.
Ooh,
$40 to $80 for a 2-pack.
Isn't it like $500 for one or something crazy?
No, mine definitely came in a 2-pack.
Yeah, it is a 2-pack. It is $600 for a 2-pack.
Jesus.
Holy shit. That's highway robbery.
Okay. Havarni, which is a cure for hep C.
Havarti cheese.
It's $90 in Australia, or it's free if you get the generic. How much do you think for this?
I didn't even think they had a cure for hep C.
It's pretty new.
150?
No, we're going up in shock value.
Yeah, we're going up in shock value.
$750 hairs.
It's about $85,000 to $115,000
What the hell?
uninsured.
What the helly?
I'm sorry, $85,000?
$85,000 for a 12-week course, which is what you need. For insured, it's anywhere from $0 to $5,000. So, okay. So I bring this all up because 17 million Americans will lose their health care because of the big, beautiful bill that Trump has just passed.
It's kind of like your government cares about you guys.
It's almost like they're trying to keep you alive.
I know, right? That's what, a globalized healthcare system is. And it's just so much less stressful. I went to the emergency room once and because I fell off my bike, broke my arm, and I was leaving and I was like, who do I pay? And they laughed at me. They were like, just go home. I was like, what? They're like, go home. I was like, what do you mean?
That feels like a warm hug.
It was really...
I'd rather just bleed out on the side of the road than take an ambulance.
Honestly, if you order an Uber to a hospital, it'll be like, do you need an ambulance?
God.
Yeah. That's wild.
It's dystopian.
It's either like you're bleeding out or your bank account is bleeding out. So take your pick.
Yeah.
Someone's bleeding. And it's not the U.S. government.
Elizabeth Warren, the politician, she used to be a right-winged lawyer, and she saw how many bankrupt cases she was getting from people who just got cancer. Like people going bankrupt.
Really?
And she became she looked into it and she became a Democrat and she started fighting for people's rights to, exist.
Wait, I did not know that was her backstory.
Timer?
The timer's been up for a while. We've run through it twice, which means over 6 minutes. Okay, so my topic for this week, I'm going to give you a visual clue here before we get into it. And so if you're not watching and you're only listening, can someone please explain the visual clue?
Dun, 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 dun,
Wait, Professor Trelawney.
I have on a plastic pair of Harry Potter glasses. I was making one of my kids clean their rooms this week, and this was in the donate to Goodwill pile, these little Harry Potter glasses. But it is an introduction to my topic this week, which is Harry Potter related.
Oh, God.
And can you believe it took till episode 3 for me to bring a book with me? Let me find the right page.
How many Harry Potter trivias have both of you guys been to collectively?
I've
I think I've only been to one.
Probably 4, but I have one, and there was about 130 people there.
Wow.
It's impressive.
No, Nick's crushes me in trivia. There's no comparison. It's got a mind like a steel trap. Just remember
I just would listen to the audiobooks over and over.
All right, I'm going to read a passage and then get into what my question is behind it. Okay, so this is book 5, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, the chapter Snape's Worst Memory. If you're a fan, you will know this is the chapter where Harry goes into the Pensieve and he sees Snape's memory of James Potter, Harry's dad, making fun of Snape and basically tormenting him. And in this, James Potter is with his crew that he ran with, which was Lupin, Sirius, and Peter Pettigrew. James was still playing with the snitch, letting it zoom further and further away, almost escaping, but always grabbed at the last second. Wormtail was watching him with his mouth open. Every time James made a particularly difficult catch, Wormtail gasped and applauded. Harry noticed that his father had a habit of rumpling up his hair as though to keep it from getting too tidy, and he also kept looking over at the girls by the water's edge. "Put that away, will you?" said Sirius finally, as James made a fine catch and Wormtail let out a cheer. before Wormtail wets himself with excitement. Wormtail turned slightly pink, but James grinned. Okay. My question is, like, do we think Wormtail's gay? Like, did Wormtail have the hots for James Potter? And has anybody looked into that?
Oh my God. And
Like, was he in love
he's
with
the one
James
that
Potter?
betrayed Lily. Like maybe he did it because he wanted to be with James.
Yes. Was it like, if
He was,
I can't have him, no one can have him?
but he's always like a fanboy for them. Like he was always kind of the runt, I guess, of the litter.
Yeah, he's definitely the runt of the. I mean, his animagus is a rat, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Like,
But do you think does that have to be gay feelings, or can, like, I think boys can have crushes on boys in a platonic sense. Like I think he really wanted to be James.
Is that
Like
a
he was
crush
jealous
or
of
envy?
Maybe not crush is the right word.
like, was he just so jealous? So was he jealous or was
Yeah.
he gay? I guess is my question.
Honestly, I like the idea of him being gay. Like as in, I've never thought of it like that. Like him, that kind of whole world that could open up. Because
Yeah,
you
I
have
hadn't
Snape
either.
who's in love with Lily, and then someone had to be in love with James.
I think it was Wormtail. I don't know. I'd never thought about it until I was rereading this with my kid and I read that passage and I was like, wait a minute, maybe he had a thing for him.
Well, I mean, we all know that J.K. Rowling loves. Going back to our villain standpoint, maybe the villain she was making gay because she doesn't like gays.
Maybe Wormtail's trans, and that was actually the whole.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we not going to talk about J.K. Rowling in general? Are we allowed to talk about Harry Potter now?
I think we're definitely allowed to talk about it. I also would highly recommend the podcast. There's a podcast series called The Witch Trials of J.K. Rowling, and it's phenomenally well researched and done and
Yeah.
includes a lot of interviews with people that are big voices and activists in the trans community. And it includes an interview with Jo Rowling herself. And I think it's
It
a
is amazing.
super thoughtful
If you
piece.
want both sides of it,
But what side are we landing on?
honestly, neither. Not neither.
It's not a black or white issue, is what
Yeah.
I would say I learned from that podcast.
I would say J.K. Rowling is putting her foot in her mouth constantly. She's doing it because she thinks she's helping. She's not. But
Yep.
she isn't the villain everyone thinks she is what I took apart from it.
It's
Like she
good
isn't
intentions
a Republican.
gone
She
so
isn't.
wrong.
Yeah. Yes.
Is she
Sorry.
is she Christian?
No.
No.
Basically, she's coming from a place of feminist rights, but it's to the extreme to where it is endangering trans individuals.
Yeah.
She just needs to stop.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to not read Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people still listen to Michael Jackson despite him.
Yes, but one person touched children and one person said things online about trans people. There's a difference.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
also-
my point being is you can still appreciate the art and not necessarily care for the artist.
Sure.
What's your rebuttal there,
Like,
then?
I'm not listening to Do What You Want With Your Body. I can't remember his name.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly, thank you. It's not something I really want to listen to that much because of the person he was.
Okay, well, first
is.
of all, if you're trying to spit Gaga facts at me, she wiped that from the internet and then
No,
re-released it with Christina Aguilera.
I bought it on Apple Music
The-
15 years ago, so I still have the original.
The
Yeah,
original
okay.
is so much better, though.
Yeah.
I was listening to Kesha this morning and I was like, I wonder how she feels now about the wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy.
Okay, she
like-
re-recorded it as
Did she?
She?
"Wake up in the morning like fuck P. Diddy."
I didn't know that.
Yes.
She's now under her own music label and she's in the process of re-recording some shit. So
Did he get off?
P. Diddy.
Maybe let's rephrase the question.
I mean, he got off with the best. he
Stop. Hear yourself. Okay.
Basically, he could have been sentenced to like life in prison, and his trial worked out the best case in his advantage.
Yeah.
Go back to your
But
point.
okay, hold on. So go back to Harry Potter. That scene in that
Yeah.
book, right? People have
Yeah.
brought that up because of the new series they're creating, right? Have
Yeah.
you seen HBO's creating a series on Harry Potter?
I know they are, but I have not seen anything about it
So
yet.
they've cast Snape as a black man, and people, a lot of people are supportive to it. A lot of people don't care. Like the issue is, I think, with some people is like, how's it going to look like a scene like that where this group of white boys attacking this black boy for being different? It'll look really
Aren't there going to be other
racist.
black characters that weren't originally black?
I don't know of the four squad, as in like James. I'm not sure about them.
Lupin, Sirius,
Yeah, and
Pettigrew.
More of them that are attacking Snape.
well, in that scene, it's mostly James, but I think it's kind of like the group. Like Lupin doesn't participate, and
It's just going to take something that is like already an atrociously unkind bullying situation and then turning it into like a hate crime, basically.
I mean, yeah, and it might make it more impactful or like layered.
I don't know. Any final guess? Is Wormtail gay or jealous? What's your final theory?
I think for the plot, we say gay.
What do you think, Nick?
I think he was obsessed, and I think obsession can be attraction or it can be jealousy.
I think he's definitely gay because, and I didn't bring this up too, but his relationship with Voldemort also.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he really loves to idolize a man.
It's like a little sub slave.
And I
Right.
think it's like a lot of just acknowledged lust.
You left that into
theory.
the end.
Okay, let's wrap it up with lightning round unsolicited advice.
Mine is that you should not kill spiders that are in your house. And
This again.
Okay,
What?
both of your things are woo-woo this week, and I kind of love it.
I was in a woo. I'm sorry. I'm going to blame July 10th full moon. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? Why are house spiders good? And you know what? They're a part of a micro ecosystem, and spiders actually help maintain that balance in your home. And they don't want to be near you. They just want to share your space, and they actually like help get the bad things away from you.
Does
Literally
that
had
apply to Australia?
That I
No.
don't know. I do know that Aaron, my cousin, told me that if you take an inside spider and put it outside, it's kind of the equivalent of taking like a goldfish and then putting it in really cold water. All of a sudden, like their chances of survival are very low. So it's like one, if you must kill them, don't just put them outside, or just leave them be, and you have an 8-legged roommate.
Okay, well, what about today when one of my kids was screaming in the shower of like, there's a daddy long legs in here. I didn't kill it. I made it flush down the drain so he could be a swimming spider. So he's
Sometimes
just
they can actually survive
swimming out
that.
to sea. Okay,
And
swimming
can,
out to the
yeah.
gutter. Okay, Nick, what's your unsolicited advice for the week?
Okay, my unsolicited advice is throw away all black plastic cooking utensils you own. Actually, just throw away anything plastic cooking utensil you own.
But I have a
Plastics
favorite
produce
green
microplastics. All plastics produce microplastics. Food safe plastic is a myth. So the black
What about
ones
silicone?
Silicone's okay. There's new studies that say it's good or bad, but like it's not as bad as plastic. It's okay to use, but I would say in 10 years we might not be using it. BPA free, like don't be fooled by that. We discovered that 10 years ago. Like we're going to find another one in 5 years that is in the BPA free ones that causes cancer. The black plastic ones are especially bad because they're mostly made from recycled old computer parts. So the black plastic is flame retardant, which is extra cancerous, especially when you heat it up and try and cook with it.
You're banned in the next episode. You're not allowed to say the word
Christ.
microplastics. Like, you're done.
No, I'm doing
We
a
talked
circle
about
back.
it last episode too.
Every time you say the word microplastics, I can feel my anxiety rate just like inching up
if you want-
every time we talk about microplastics.
Send a DM or comment if you want to hear more about microplastics. I'll do a whole segment on this.
Nick's going to start a spin-off podcast called Must Like Microplastics. Okay. My unsolicited advice for the week would be like breaking into song as a way to ease tense situations, like telling your kid to get their shoes on and telling them to get their shoes on and they're not listening. And instead of yelling, could you make it a song like get your shoes on, get your shoes on, get your shoes on, like a little Missy Elliott remix, you know? And then I don't know chemically what that does to your brain, but it feels a lot better than yelling. So next time you find yourself in a tense situation, figure out how to turn it into a song instead and see if that helps you.
I am going to request another example of song.
That's the only one that I had prepared. I mean, I'm sure I'll have more within the next week, and then you can just mash them up and edit them for the socials. Or better yet, let's ask people.
Getting ready. Brush your teeth and put on pajamas.
Yeah. That's our question for any listeners this week. Give us some songs.
If you whisper, people listen to you more.
Is this now ASMR?
Yeah, I whisper to Olive all the time.
And listen to you.
No, that legit works for kids.
Whispering?
Yeah, but I can't always make myself whisper because sometimes I'm also too worked up. All right. Well, thank you all for joining. We love the comments, questions, topic ideas. So keep them coming. Send them to Must Like Boys on Instagram. Trey will respond.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Thanks, y'all. I love you.
I love you.
Thanks for listening.
Mwah.
See you soon.
Music by Moer. Editing and design by Treehouse.